I love the characters from Monsters Incorporated. I love the world of Monsters Incorporated, and I always wanted to revisit that world. And those characters were so fun. Mike and Sully and all those characters, and I wanted to be with them.
But you just need let me get my stuff!
Monsters University is the story of how Mike and Sully met when attending college at Monsters University. The film shows that these two didn't really get along as well as we would imagine when they first met. As a matter of fact, they had completely differing philosophies. The story shows us how each one of them develops as a person and as a student, and as how they develop as friends.
Okay, I'll lift the bed, you grab the pig. Ready?
What?
1, 2, 3!
Well, Mike and Sully are such good friends in Monsters Incorporated, and we see them as bicker a little bit and you know, get into it a little bit, but really they're just, the movie starts out and they're roommates and best friends.
That was awesome. What am I doing? James P. Sullivan.
In terms of the look, we're still making the fun environment, the fun world that we created in the first film in Monsters, Inc. The characters are still those colorful, not too scary kind of designs. I think that there's an aesthetic, there's this kind of fine balance between making a monster movie that is appealing and not too scary.
This party is for scare students only! Oh, sorry, killer, but you might want to hang out with someone a little more your speed. They look fun!
Oh, hey there! Wanna join Ooze Kappa?
We have cake!
We knew we had to have new characters introduced. For a couple reasons. One, it's just fun to enrich the world and create more characters that you can know and love. And the other thing is you want to introduce other characters that you don't know the outcome to.
Hello, I'm Terry with a Y.
And I'm Terry with an I. I'm a dance major.
And I'm his prisoner.
First off. Terry with an I.
And I'm Terry with a Y. And
we kind of don't really...
We have sibling
issues.
Issues, yes. There's a certain amount of bitterness and discord.
They turn! And turn! Why didn't you turn?
Because we never agreed to do this.
You said this was going to be cool.
No one said this was going to be cool.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Now you're embarrassed.
Yes, because it's in front of people.
You should wake up embarrassed.
Hey! I'm Art! Art, he definitely goes to the beat of his own drummer. He's a member of the fraternity, and I don't think anyone knows what makes him tick, and I think that's his charm.
New Age philosophy major. Excited to live with you and laugh with you and cry with you. Thought you might like to keep a dream journal.
I play Chet Alexander, aptly named. He's a little one-eyed crab.
This guy's a Sullivan? Like the famous Sullivan? I can't believe it! That is crazy!
Chet, calm down. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's the little sidekick to the bad guys. I think he could be menacing when he wants to, but other than that, I think he's a little dim, little may not be the smartest of the group.
Scariness is the true measure of a monster. If you're not scary, what kind of a monster are you? I play a character called Dean Hardscrabble, who looks exactly like she sounds. She's hard and she scrabbles. But she's quite a terrifying dean, as I think a lot of deans of faculties in universities are. There is no mistake why they are in the position that they are in. And certainly you get that feeling with Dean Hardscrabble. You know, she's seen it all. She really knows her business. And she feels that the most important thing that a monster can do is to scare people. And if you're not scary, you're not, you're not acceptable in this university. At the end of the semester, there will be a final exam. Fail that exam, and you are out of the scaring program.
I play Johnny Worthington, the president of the most auspicious fraternity on campus.
Johnny Worthington, president of Roar Omega Roar. What's your name, Big Blue?
The secret to Johnny Worthington, you have to kind of just tap into what we were talking about earlier about not Johnny, I think, takes people at face value. So I think he's a little shallow. He probably had a dad who was a real jerk to him. Who he pushes you to win all the time. I didn't raise a loser. I picture that kind of a rearing for Johnny. Lots of swagger, a little bit of cheese, and lots of pomp.
Listen, it was quite delightful meeting you and whatever that is, but if you don't mind, I have to study my scaring.
You don't need to study scaring, you just do it.
I'm on a bus arriving at school, and it's my first day on the campus, and I've seen it. It's absolutely charming and hilarious. It reminds me of my first day at college, and it's everything you think about when you go away to school, and then they end up meeting each other. And they're in a different place than we first see them.
Now here is a monster who looks like a scarer.
Line of scarers. His family's a really solid scary, but he's very cocky and very full of himself.
And he's very tall.
Very tall and very blue.
Which ticks me off.
I don't want to say you feel like you're part of an exclusive club, but I always like to feel that. It's just, it's going to be so well written, so well crafted. They're on the cutting edge of technology, and they're funny.